All right, we'll get you more high school football highlights in just a moment, but first we'll introduce you to the longtime football coach at Kent Denver. Of course, we're talking about Scott Yates. He's been there for 37 years and entering the season was tied with West Grand's Chris Brown with the most wins in the history of Colorado high school football.
Scott Yates is one of the longest tenured high school football coaches in the state of Colorado and one of the most successful. Now in his 37th year, Yates has won 318 games, tied for the most in the history of Colorado with West Grand's Chris Brown. It's been quite a ride, but one the coach did not see coming nearly 4 decades ago.
Did I ever think I would be standing here talking about it? No. When I first started here, the school had never won a league game. So when I first started here, I was just hoping to win a game. And we actually won 2 my first year. And so then, things progressed after that. And in building a program, you become so attached to it that I think that's also another big reason why I've continued to stay, is because it was something that we started, from kind of the ground up. 17 kids in the program the first year I was here, and I thought I'd made a mistake by coming here. It certainly has not proven to be that. It's been a great place to be.
Since taking the job in 1981, Scott Yates has turned Kent Denver into perennial power at the 2A level. Under his leadership, the Sun Devils have won 3 state championships, and all the while, Coach Yates has gone about it the right way, with class, with integrity, and with wisdom.
It's funny, he's like a father to all of us. He teaches us everything we want to know about coaching, and great role model. He does it the right way. And I think all of us as coaches here try to emulate everything, like him.
I think he has a North Star. I really do. I think he believes that he's out here as a part of a calling and not just to be a coach. And the loyalty that he engenders in this program and in the players, what he's able to draw out of the players, is largely because they believe that he has that North Star, that he's here to help them develop into special young men, and that they're here to do more than just win a football game.
He's the type of man that you'd honestly take a bullet for, and I know a lot of people say that, but he's the most respected man I've ever met. Everyone I've ever met who knows of Coach Yates or knows Coach Yates always speaks very highly of him. He's very respected.
He's been coaching for a very long time, and he's very determined, and he does a great job at keeping this winning culture and just keeping everyone together and things like that, and he's just a great man.
2 years ago, Scott Yates won his 300th game, and while it was not a big deal to the humble head coach, the Kent Denver community felt differently. Coach Yates has made a positive difference on so many he has touched. That impact on young adults continues to get passed along today, as many former players have now sent their kids to play for Coach Yates.
It's ultimate respect from the kids. I think what you see, he's coached so many, what you're seeing now is he's coached fathers, and their sons are coming back to play for him now. And, to be honest with you, that respect has been passed down from their fathers down to their sons.
And that includes Ross McDonald. He played for Coach Yates in the 1980s, and whose son is now a senior running back on this year's team.
A lot of steps that we've taken over the years, financially and with moves to enable my son and our son to have the opportunity to play for Scott. We have looked around at a lot of different programs. We were a part of Texas high school football, which was outstanding. And there's a lot of great programs in this state too. But again, that North Star that Coach Yates carries through was an impression that I wanted my son to have, that I thought was just really unique and would have lifelong value for him.
It is fun, and it's fun to tell the son some of the exploits of their dad, and they get to go home and tease their dad about some things that I'm sure their dad's never told them before. So that's kind of fun. I think that really just kind of on that line of thinking, if I end up getting a grandchild coming through here to coach, then I probably ought to call it good.
At age 60, Scott Yates is going strong, and perhaps there will be a third-generation player on the horizon. And he is not slowing down. Retirement is not in the near future, and he certainly is not leaving Kent Denver, for that is home, and it has been for nearly 40 years.
Kent Denver has done a great job of being one of the premier schools as far as just education and college matriculation. In a lot of ways, if you looked at some of the colleges like a Stanford or a Duke or those places, and they can be successful in athletics, but they also are certainly renowned for their academics. It's been a good fit for that.
And it's been a good fit for winning football games. Kent Denver was one win away from a football state championship last season. But the Sun Devils are back this fall, looking to make another run at the 2A state title.
Coach Yates always says, like, would you rather have not been able to go to the dance at all and have that chance, have that shot at being successful? So we definitely think we can get back here with a just as powerful team. We're returning almost all starters.
I think we have the opportunity to turn a lot of heads. I think personally we have the best D-line in the state for 1A to 5A. I think we have the best cornerbacks, the best linebackers. Our quarterback's a stud. I think everything is just really well-rounded. And Kent's obviously a school that's really small, so we don't have great depth. And so for a school to have this well-rounded of a team this year, I believe, I think is just remarkable. It's awesome.
Every year that we step on the field, we want our kids to believe that they could win a state championship. And so, we're kind of traditionally knocking on that door and in the conversation. The fact that we played in the championship game last year and came up short, maybe those kids have a little bit more incentive. As far as I'm concerned, it's still not the most important thing that we're doing out here. It's certainly a goal. Don't get me wrong, we want that, but the most important thing we want to do is make sure that we're helping these young guys grow up and hopefully become great contributors when they become men.
Are you ready? Ready! 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 Right there! Devils! Here you go, boys!
All right, thank you to Scott Yates and everybody out there at Kent Denver. And I can't tell you how much respect I have for Scott Yates, and the coach has been doing it for all the right reasons now for 37 years.